Hello everybody. Today I'm going to make a quick homemade mac and cheese. So I'm using a pound of the elbow macaroni, the Barilla brand elbow macaroni, and I'm going to boil it per the instructions on the box, and we will go from there. Now I am going to drain my macaroni, my elbow macaroni, and set it aside. And we are going to start with the next step. I'm going to take about 4 tablespoons of butter, and I'm going to make a roux with some butter and some flour. Now I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of flour in there. And this is a quick macaroni and cheese recipe, homemade macaroni and cheese recipe. You can make it, I'm going to turn my flame down now. You can make it any way you want. Add more things to it, more flavors to it, but this is my basic recipe. You have to let the flour cook a little bit, like this. With the butter. Notice that my ratio of butter and flour is a little less flour than butter because I don't like it that thick. I'm going to add about 2 cups of milk. I'm going to let that simmer for a little bit until it thickens. I'm putting my macaroni, elbow macaroni, in an oven-safe baking dish. Okay, it's ready. I'm going to save the rest of this macaroni for a macaroni salad or something else, but right now I'm making this macaroni and cheese because my daughter does cross-country races and she needs to have pasta before the race. In the meantime, this has gotten thick really fast. So if you see that this is happening and it's too thick, you can always add a little bit more milk to it. So I'm going to add a little bit more milk, like this much milk. I've added another maybe 1.5 cups of milk. So this is the correct texture for the roux. So basically we cooked the flour for a little bit until it thickened with the 2 cups of milk. And then once it's ready, you add another 1.5 cups of milk, and then you turn it off. Okay? Now all I'm going to do is add a little bit of nutmeg. Not too much, just that much of nutmeg. And I'm going to add some seasoning salt. The season all, you can add any other all-purpose seasoning salt, just to give it a little bit of flavor. So that much and that much. Okay, and just stir. We're gonna add a pinch of regular salt as well. Now I'm going to add 2 cups of this light Mexican blend from Trader Joe's, but you can use any kind of sharp cheddar cheese because it's better. For the purpose of this recipe, I'm using this light Mexican blend because that's what I have right now. But if you want to use sharp cheddar, you can use that also. 2 cups of shredded cheese. And optional, you can add about 1/3 cup of Parmesan. It's just for more flavor. Now that you have all your cheeses in there, you are going to take this and pour it on top of the elbow macaroni. We're going to do this kind of, it's already very cheesy. You're going to mix it lightly mix, okay? And then we are going to add just a little bit more cheese on top. Well, that is why it's called macaroni and cheese. I'm going to just add a little bit more cheese on top, and then I'm going to go ahead and put it in the oven. Bake it at 350 degrees for about, it doesn't need much, for about 20 minutes or so. Notice that for color, I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit more of the seasoning salt and a little bit of paprika, one of my favorite spices. I'm going to go ahead and cover this with foil because if you don't, then it will get dry. I am now going to check the mac and cheese, see if it is bubbling, and if it is, then it is. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the foil, and I'm gonna put it for a little bit more without the foil, just to make that crust. So I'm now going to go ahead and check it after like 3-4 minutes that's been there on broil. Now I put it on 550 broil so that you can get this kind of result. And there you have it. The result is this bubbly and cheesy mac and cheese. Very easy to make. I'm going to go ahead and transfer it to the plate so that you can see the textures. See how that's the texture of the mac and cheese. Very nice and not dry at all.